Good evening, Virgo. We're doing a Celtic cross for you for these very few last days of 2022. Today's December 30th, for me at least. We're gonna first draw a creativity oracle card. We're gonna open with a few words of wisdom here for you. I'm gonna pull, not to make you wait too long. Okay. I love this. Accomplishment. Remember past accomplishments as a way to overcome present self-doubt. It's a beautiful way to start. Let's draw the tarot and create the Celtic cross for you. You have a card that fell. I was gonna just draw, but you have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse as the overall energy. I'm gonna finish shuffling and then pull the rest. Okay, so what crosses the Queen of Pentacles in reverse is the Three of Pentacles in reverse. What crowns is the World. The foundation is the Ten of Swords. The recent past is the Five of Pentacles, and the near future is the Knight of Cups. Your power is the Star card. Your environment is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Your hopes and fears is the Four of Swords in reverse. And the outcome is Strength in reverse. You've had a very clear-cut ending, a very clear-cut, definitive I'm seeing a page, right, turn, but this is more like the book closes. That's how, I mean, when you have Ten of Swords and the World card, that's like double whammy, right? I'm not sure if, you know, it's pertaining to love, it's any other scenario, any other situation or area of your life. Of course, it'll be different for each and every one of you. It feels a little bit of both, actually. This is what's really interesting. It feels like you're wrapping, you know, if you close the book and not just turning a page or finishing a chapter, it feels you would have chosen to make more than one change in more than one area. So I think it's part of it is outside circumstances, external factors, as well as part of it is out of your own volition, changes that you're choosing, things that you want, a new direction, or however you wish to see things. But the motivation came from you partly. I don't know if it's 50-50, you know, external factors versus your own decisions. I'm not too sure of the ratio of influences, but I'm looking at the Knight of Cups in your near future. I'm going to show you how the cards are placed and what I'm really seeing, like in terms of visuals, right? The Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups, they're both in reverse, but it makes them look at each other, basically. It's really interesting to me. So it's almost ironic, right? That it's like, it's the strangest thing. I'm having another image of either like when a train departs or a boat, like a ship, and you have all these people like waving, you know, like on the decks, and it reminds me of like these two people. They're looking at each other, but it's not like because they're getting closer. It feels more like they're giving that last glance back, you know. So as they separate, and I say they separate because the cards are in reverse, and other indicators in the reading are showing me there's an ending or something closing out. So you can picture this as a parting ways, right? And yet the eyes are locked. It's pretty, it's touching actually. You know, the reason for that disconnect between these two people, because in this particular case, what I'm pointing out is a relationship, whatever the kind of relationship. But you can see here that basically there was a lot of on both parts, right? There was a feeling of something is missing, something is not quite clicking in place. Getting into gear, that kind of energy. I'm really hearing the click, 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 you know, like wanting to get in gear and just missing the gear each time. So the click, click, click noise. Although if it might sound what I'm describing as clicking into place, it's not. I want to stress that. What I feel is in sync with the Oracle card is, you know, pointing to, yes, accomplishments. Here the world crowns, so it's fairly current, and it could be quote unquote playing out in the near future. It's sort of on the fence, right, between something that has happened versus something that will. Take it as you will. The idea is it's not just a new phase. For me, it's like a new book is going to be opened and started. But there's been a lot of success in the first book. And this is what the Oracle is pointing to, right? To inspire yourself from these accomplishments. To remove any self-doubt, to remove any feelings of procrastination or demotivation, that kind of thing, right? You are inspired. You will be inspired by the things that you've accomplished, the things that have worked out, the things that have clicked into place, the things that can be used as a springboard to launch you further, right? You need to stay very positive in that respect. It's where your power lies. It's this is where you'll be most powerful, if you want, the most productive, the most efficient. It's the right attitude. It's the right I just heard rose tinted glasses, but for me, what it is the way you look at things, right? So it's like, which lens do you choose to look life through? So would you prefer rose tinted glasses or, dark shades? So the rose tinted glasses, I'm not implying that you're, you know, disconnected from reality, really. Just mostly the positive side of that saying about looking at the positive of life and what is going well and what, is good and happy. I am sensing I'm not too sure. There's a little bit of in your environment. It's the Nine of Pentacles is in your environment. It's in reverse. For some reason, I'm sensing that although it points to others in your life, it also pertains to you in this case. It pertains to your independence, but it pertains to, how can I put this? It's not a lack of independence. It's more I don't know if it's a strange, it's like telling you, oh, how can I say this to you? It's difficult because it's like a twisted thing. You're gonna understand when I eventually blurt it out, if I can. It's like something like almost like a codependence to money when it comes to others. So it's like a mix of being independent and not being and being codependent, and it's like you being financially independent and yet also financially dependent. So I know it sounds absolutely like it doesn't make sense, but there's something that's it doesn't it's if it's you in your environment, it could be you with different people. The relationship through money will be different. So you might have, in one case, you're the independent one, people are more dependent on you for resources, and in other cases with other people, it'll be reversed. That's, I guess, one way of telling you or explaining how it could play out, what I was trying to describe. Yet it's also like your own sort of relationship to money. It's really strange. Like, it's not even necessarily others, it's your own relationship to money, like a love-hate relationship with money. Like, I have money, then I don't have money. And so it's not for me about not having any, but it's definitely linked to either almost like I'll try to be more precise with an example. again to illustrate. Ever had this, it's almost like a little bit like the idea of fearing success, right? So think of it as making money, being happy to earn money and being happy for the independence and the freedom it brings and the comfort, etc. And yet also really either dreading having to work hard for it, or also disliking like the sort of bondage like that comes with, okay, I always have to grind, I always have to earn more or earn enough, or you know what I mean, like, so it's kind of a love-hate relationship with having to earn money and money in general. So it's all of these things, and it could have something to do with others as well, right? So that's a possibility. And it ties into how you perceive success and your own accomplishments. It ties in with things that you have chosen, especially the part where I said it's less external factors, but much more your own decisions. So in the next phase, like wanting to hopefully be aware of this kind of relationship to money, or at least to what you do to succeed and how it earns you money, and all of that equation, right? Tied in with your self-esteem. It's that complex. No wonder I had a hard time even trying to express that to you. Strength card is the 8th major arcana. Leo is the I'm stopping myself because I was gonna say it, which is totally wrong. That's why I needed to stop. I was gonna say Leo is the 8th sign, but it is not. Scorpio is. And that is really strange. So, although you're Virgo, I don't know if you have placements in Leo and or Scorpio. Anyway, I mainly want to point out to the 8th house and not the 8th sign. That's where I was going. So that's other people's money, inheritance as well. It has to do with, there are other things attached to the 8th house, but the energy of money is on the 8th house, definitely. This card is in reverse. I am really going to have to insist on what I was describing to you about your relationship to money. It's really important in this reading. I didn't think it was going to come out this way, but it's what I'm sensing more and more and more. There's many things that I want to say, so there's a masculine figure in the equation of your environment, and people that depend on you, or the ones that you depend on. There's a particular masculine energy figure with whom you have a specific tie when it comes to money. It's very precise to be one particular person, and mainly a masculine energy. Doesn't have to be gender specific, but it is masculine. When you deal with that person, And when there's money involved between the two of you, I promise you, it is disempowering for you. It puts you in a position of weakness. It puts you in a position of dependence. It's a little bit difficult here. So in terms of accomplishments, especially walking into the new year, when you open the new book and you start writing in your new book, just be mindful. Just stay mindful about the things that come up in terms of, are you focusing on earning money, or are you focusing on creating something that you feel proud of, that you can say, look at what I've accomplished, and not say, well, I've earned XYZ dollars, you know, at least not as a primary thing to show off or talk about, you know what I mean? Like, it could be that you make a lot of money doing whatever you will be doing. It's more than a possibility here, but you do have great success coming your way. You are truly guided and inspired, so you have great ideas. What you believe in also matters. And it's important that you I want to say, just keep mindful. Keep I want to say, keep an eye out for when you're sensing that money is in the way for whatever reason and with whoever. It doesn't matter at this point. Although there's one particular figure I'm seeing, I think about, just pay attention of when money is involved, what happens. And that alone will shed a lot of light for you. Especially, ultimately, when it comes to your self-worth, your sense of self-worth, right? I think you've had a very dry, I'm going to say, past few months of 2022 in terms of money flow. So I'm not sure if that's very true for you. I mean, for some it'll be the absolutely true. For others it will be, no, that's not my situation. I get that. But all things being relative, when you eventually think back at this comment, think back in terms of what I'm saying was dry is relative to what's coming that is much more abundant. And almost like telling you there's always a possibility for better and for more, but not as money being the focus or primary focus. That's super important. So it's a very, that's why it's such a difficult relationship to money, because it's really a bondage, because you are really needing to earn more. It's seen here. I'm seeing it here. I am seeing it on the Strength card in reverse as well, that we have here as an outcome. But your ideas are amazing. ideas of, they're very far-reaching. You have a very amazing ability to synthesize, seeing the big picture. I don't know how it is that you are able to, it's almost like a construction in your mind, right? It's very pragmatic. It's very easy for you to understand, like, the order in which things need to happen. The planning is totally under control with you. So there are two things that are, three things mainly really important here in your reading. To recap quickly, you are starting a new life. This is not just a small new chapter. This is a whole new book. You have amazing ideas, great inspiration. You're supported in any undertaking, and you will be successful. What's in the way is your relationship to money, tied in with your sense of self-worth, creating a lot of self-doubt. And any kind of relationship, partnerships that you enter into that involves money is tampered with or is impacted in some way. And until you become aware of that, you might face the same situations over again to a certain degree or in a certain way or similarly, right? Something of the sort. But last words, don't hold back. Don't hold back. You need to be trusting. You know, full on trust in the universe, of course, and in yourself. So thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate you. I hope you've found something here that speaks to you. That's the whole point of me sitting down and reading for you. I wish you a happy new year. Please like the video, share, and subscribe. I'll see you soon. Good night.